When you think about the big fashion weeks, it's often, all about exclusivity, maybe high drama.
Mm-hmm.
But Copenhagen just feels different. There's this vibe, like cobbled streets, maybe a bit of a breeze, and people have called it the fashion world's annoyingly cool younger sister.
That's a great way to put it. And today, yeah, we're diving deep into that, specifically the Spring-Summer 2026 collections, which just wrapped up August 4th to 8th.
Right. And our mission here is to really unpack why CPHFW feels so influential now. It's not just another event, is it?
No, not at all. It's this unique blend, really. You've got cutting-edge style, sure, but also genuinely groundbreaking sustainability efforts. And this accessibility thing that seems to connect with real people.
Yeah, that accessibility part feels key.
Yeah.
We're pulling our insights today from Haute Highlights Maison, trying to give you a bit of a shortcut to the main takeaways.
Exactly. So if you've ever felt a bit shut out by typical Fashion Week exclusivity, or maybe wondered how high fashion can actually connect with, real life and real values.
Then this deep dive is definitely for you. We're going to explore how Copenhagen is basically charting a new course.
Okay, so let's start with that vibe. The Copenhagen ethos itself. People often say it's not just a city. It's a whole mood.
Right, it has that effortless, cool, sort of Nordic charm, but with a global feel mixed in.
Precisely. It just exudes this unpretentious chic, and that really seems to set a different pace for the industry compared to, say, Paris or Milan.
And that focus on wearability you mentioned, and the accessibility that really makes Copenhagen stand out, doesn't it?
It does.
Is that a deliberate strategy? And does aiming for that broader appeal maybe risk, diluting the high fashion edge a bit?
That's a really good question, and I think it's a tension they actually embrace. They deliberately champion clothes you can actually wear, foster real innovation, and they're seriously committed to responsible fashion. It feels like a conscious choice to make it relatable, not just for insiders.
So the goal is for people out there listening, maybe, to actually see themselves in these clothes.
That seems to be the core idea, yeah. Which is, pretty revolutionary for a major fashion week, honestly.
And it's worked. Strategically speaking, it's consistently called the most important fashion week in the Nordics.
Right.
And incredibly, the fifth most important globally. That's huge.
It really is. And it shows they're shaping the future trajectory. I mean, look at their sustainability requirements. The British Fashion Council adopted them for their New Jean initiative this year, 2025.
Wow. So Copenhagen is really setting the standard there. It's proving that sustainability isn't a barrier to creativity or success, but maybe even a catalyst.
Exactly. It challenges that old idea that ethical fashion somehow means compromising on style.
Okay, so moving from the overall vibe to the clothes themselves,
Yeah.
the runways. What were the big stories there?
This season felt like a masterclass in contrast. That was the core trend, this kind of thrilling dance between aesthetics that seem like opposites.
Opposites like
Really breezy, delicate, almost floaty fabrics, meeting strong, grounded, kind of sporty elegance.
Okay. So like athleisure wear meeting romantic negligee. That sounds interesting. How did they make that work without it looking messy?
Well, that's the artistry, isn't it? Creating pieces that feel aspirational, yes. But you could genuinely imagine wearing them. Take opera sport, for example.
Ah, yes, they kicked things off right at the swimming pool.
They did. Fredericksburg swimming pool, complete with a platform diver, Alana Hadid walking. Quite the splash, literally.
Yeah.
In the right.
Came from a trip to Seoul.
Mm-hmm.
They talked about blending serene cultural traditions with this modern futuristic energy. The whole vibe was sort of mermaid who has come ashore.
Okay, I can picture that. And the clothes reflected it.
Definitely. You saw things like coral-like ruffles, lots of transparent flowing fabrics, vibrant colors, baby blue, turquoise, but then also sporty embroidered swimsuits, silky pastel shirts.
A real mix then.
Yeah, sheer gossamer tops with these delicate 3D flowers, but paired with sharp tailoring or structured cargo trousers. It was that contrast again.
And there's a subtle detail, too. The hibiscus flower, Korea's national symbol, popped up throughout. But the real buzz, honestly.
Go on.
The Havaianas collaboration, they debuted the first ever chunky 3D printed flip-flop made with Zeller felt.
3D printed flip-flops on a runway.
Made them look incredibly chic. It was quite something.
Flip-flops going high fashion. I mean, what does that tell us about Copenhagen's whole approach?
It feels very them, doesn't it? Grounding something aspirational and something totally everyday and accessible.
It really does. So building on that idea of challenging expectations, who else was pushing boundaries? Maybe with materials or a specific message?
Well, Bonacci made a really powerful statement, almost philosophical. Their collection was called Breakable, and it was a direct hit against throwaway culture.
How so?
They literally took old suits, recycled them, and reassembled them into completely new forms. It was sustainability as a creative starting point, not an afterthought.
That's fascinating. And the designs themselves.
Also played with contrasts. They integrated negligee details, ruffles, and silky fabrics into modern office looks. Paired them with blazers, structured blouses, dresses.
And the breakable theme.
They used glass as a symbol exploring flexibility and breakability. You know, glass is hard, sharp, transparent, but also fragile, representing human quality.
Interesting. And the overall look.
Had this sharp-shouldered overcoat vibe, kind of like 80s thrillers, hinting at maybe scandalous morning after narratives or on-the-edge heroines. But crucially, the pieces still felt really wearable.
So wearable drama. I like that. And Forza Collective also played with contrast.
Masterfully, they were juxtaposing really flowing, delicate dresses with quite buttoned-up business wear.
Give me an example.
Okay, so you'd see a long, shimmering, white spaghetti strap dress, almost ethereal, and then immediately followed by a dark, really tightly tailored suit.
Okay, stark contrast.
Or transparent dresses with ruffles and gathers meeting these quite severe shirt dresses with pleated skirts. And the silhouettes varied wildly, two striking cutouts, revealing pieces right alongside voluminous high-neck trench coats.
Any recurring motifs?
The tie kept reappearing but reimagined, sometimes as like an independent short top. Playing with gender fluidity. It felt like the clothes were having a conversation about modern identity.
Really thoughtful stuff. Were there other shows that stood out for pushing boundaries?
Definitely. PLN's show, called Snit, meaning cut, was intense, aimed to convey cutting loose from cultural norms.
How did they stage it?
In a warehouse, and get this, audience members were actually in cages. Very provocative, almost performance art.
Wow. And the clothes.
Muted tones like flesh and bone, sharp tailoring, but also leather, latex, garters, chains.
Edgy. And on a different note, Caro editions.
Yeah, they debuted under the Nipplesboro Bridge. It felt like the perfect wardrobe for really chic wedding guests. Silk bows, checks, lace, polka dots, and even a cheeky, sheer wedding dress interpretation. Plus, they collaborated with Mulberry.
Nice. And student work, too.
The Swedish School of Textile's EGXI T25 show. Always impressive. Zuzana Vrabilova's knitted dress was a standout, apparently months of knitting, 22 kilos of yarn.
That is dedication. Wow.
And of course, the returning favorites were strong. Cecilie Bonson celebrated her 10th anniversary.
Big milestone.
Alongside Rotate, Baum and Fjerdgarten, Marimekko, and Sophie Madsen, Henrik Vibskoff, Hung Kubenhaven. The established names delivered.
And the new talent scheme was active, too.
Oh, yes. The CPHFW new talent scheme is vital. It really highlighted emerging Nordic designers focused on sustainability. We mentioned Bonacci.
Right, recycling suits.
Then there was Kettle Atelier doing beautiful, sustainable artisan wear from upcycled home textiles. And STEM focusing on zero-waste roving clothing.
It really drives home that point about sustainability being a creative catalyst, not a constraint.
Absolutely. It's woven into the fabric of the week now.
So looking across all these collections, what were the big overarching themes you saw emerge from the runways?
Well, if you thought Y2K was still the main retro influence, Copenhagen definitely pushed back. The 80s are calling, loudly.
Really? What kind of 80s?
Think of gigantic bows, really dramatic puff sleeves, plaid but in unexpected colors like vivid Yves Klein blue or neon green, and polka dots just everywhere.
Polka dots are back. Okay.
Big time. Also, a real focus on unexpected silhouettes and textures. Deconstructed suits were a thing, gauzy sculptural shawls, lots of transparent fabrics playing with form and fluidity.
And color-wise, besides the bold 80s brights.
Opera Sports palette felt really influential for next summer. That butter yellow, a cool sage green, and some really unconventional blues. Those felt like the defining cool tones.
Interesting. And it wasn't just about surface aesthetics, right? You mentioned deeper narratives.
Yeah, there was definitely a provocative undercurrent in several collections, exploring identity, vulnerability, societal expectations. It added this intellectual, maybe subtly rebellious layer, fashion engaging with bigger ideas.
Okay, so that's the runway. But in Copenhagen, the streets are almost as important, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. If the runways are the main event, the streets are like the after party everyone really wants to get into. The Danes just own it.
It's like a masterclass in balance, isn't it? The reports say, bold yet effortless, structured yet fluid, maximalist but never try hard.
That sums it up perfectly. It feels very people first. Looks that are aspirational, sure, but you can actually see people wearing them, living in them, mixing designer with thrifted stuff, DIY accessories.
It's that blend of individuality and practicality. You don't always get that in other fashion capitals.
Totally. And this season, there was a huge play between masculine and feminine.
How did that show up?
You saw stereotypically masculine pieces, vests, ties, loafers, bowler bags, mixed really playfully with super feminine touches like polka dots, lace, bows, leopard print.
Creating that kind of borrowed from the boys' blazer over a delicate negligee look.
Exactly that vibe. It felt like a quiet statement about gender expression through personal style.
And that utility meets romance idea was big too. This sounds like the answer to wanting to be comfortable but still chic.
Right. It's proof that comfort and couture can actually coexist. People were confidently rocking lightweight cargo pants with sheer tanks,
Wow.
or floaty sundresses grounded by parachute pants. It's about functional elegance.
And accessories, always key in street style.
Huge focus. Lots of metallic hair clips, bandanas everywhere, and these vibrant bursts of cherry red, especially on bags or as little charms.
Ah, the bag charms and designer bags were prominent.
Oh, yeah. Bottega Veneta, Miu Miu, Louis Vuitton, Fendi, they were everywhere.
Yeah.
And often covered in charms. Kind of that IYK, if you know, accessory trend.
But the biggest footwear surprise was
The flip-flop. Seriously. From runways to the streets, it was the undisputed star.
even with fancy outfits.
Especially then. Black Havianas grounding a shimmery skirt, people cycling in them. They form this unlikely footwear trifecta with clogs and kitten heels. It just screams real life.
That's so Copenhagen. What about other staples? Denim, sportswear?
Still very present. Soccer jerseys, denim shorts, jean shorts were popular, but always styled up somehow, paired with something unexpected to elevate them, making everyday pieces feel special.
And layering must be essential there. Summers can be unpredictable.
They've mastered it. Skirts layered under skirts, mixing textures like silk over denim, tulle peeking through lace, and oversized linen blazers or ultralight trenches were everywhere. It's a year-round skill.
And you mentioned polka dots on the runway.
Yeah.
Did they hit the streets too?
Oh, absolutely. Reigning supreme. You saw them blown up in bold or barely there delicate on skirts, shirts, bags, even socks. Added that playful, creative spirit.
Beyond the clothes, any key hair trends?
Definitely. Lots of sunny blonde bobs, some really bright atomic blonde shades.
Okay.
The pixie cut is still going strong. Also seeing lots of curly shags, often with curtain bangs and sculpted layers. And the cool new kid on the block is the shixie, that pixie shag hybrid.
Cheesy. Got it. Any other styles?
The slicked back bun made a comeback, but felt more relaxed, maybe with face framing bits left out. And braids and headwear were huge.
Like what kind of headwear?
Cornrows, various braided styles, but also headscarves, bandanas, even strips of lace or repurposed doilies used as hair accessories. Knitted caps, too.
It sounds like the overall street style vibe was about real personal expression.
Totally. Clever, effortless. Someone called it quiet daring. It really reflects the city's whole ethos.
Okay, let's shift gears to what really sets CPHFW apart for many people. Its sustainable soul.
Right. This is core to their identity now. They don't just talk about sustainability. They are genuinely leading the way. Since the reinvention in 2018 under CEO Cicely Thorsmark, they've become a global frontrunner on the climate crisis in fashion.
In the heart of that is the Sustainability Action Plan, isn't it? Which is mandatory for brands on the schedule.
Exactly. Launched in 2020, updated every 3 years, brands have to meet these really stringent environmental and ethical standards just to participate.
What does that level of rigor mean for the industry? Yeah. Why is making it mandatory so different from just having guidelines?
It means moving way beyond greenwashing. It forces real, systemic, verifiable change. It's why CPHFW is now seen as the world's most sustainability-focused fashion week.
And it's having a ripple effect.
Huge. Like we said, the British Fashion Council adopting their requirements for New Gen in 2025. That shows Copenhagen is actively setting the global standard, proving high ethics can drive innovation.
And the new talent scheme plays a big part in fostering this.
Crucial. Supported by Ghani, it lifts up emerging Nordic talent who already embody these practices. We talked about Bonagy's recycling.
And Kettle Atelier using upcycled home textiles.
Right, creating sustainable artisan wear. And STEM doing zero-waste woven clothing, focusing on circular production. Teus used upcycled leather skirts, exploring identity through craft. It's baked in.
Are there strategic partnerships involved too?
Yes, they've built a whole ecosystem, collaborations with Zalando, with SAP, helping brands with their ESG reporting, that's environmental, social governance for transparency.
Okay.
Pandora helps nurture talent. And even Miele, the appliance brand, is a partner now, focusing on textile care and making clothes last longer. It connects to conscious consumption.
And this commitment extends beyond the industry-facing stuff to the public.
Definitely. There were public activations with a green focus, like the Loop Generation X Eye Loom pop-up, selling pre-loved luxury pieces, promoting circular fashion for a whole month.
Nice.
And 66 Degrees North had that immersive exhibition, conversations with the Arctic, raising awareness about environmental preservation through art and fashion.
It really sounds like a holistic ecosystem for sustainable innovation, doesn't it? Impactful, but also engaging.
Exactly. It feels natural, genuine, not preachy, just intentional, and actually kind of fun.
Which brings us to the whole Copenhagen experience itself. Because it's not just shows, right? It feels much bigger.
Totally. Unlike the often closed-off nature of other fashion weeks, Copenhagen really throws its doors open. It embraces the whole experience economy. It feels less like an industry event and more like a citywide cultural festival.
And there were lots of pop-ups and events open to everyone.
Loads. Uniqlo had a souffle house, a multi-sensory playground for their knitwear, had a scarf forest, an ASMR lounge, a scent library. All free if you had their app.
Fun. What else?
Deity had a pop-up with free tarot card readings and a peek at their SS26 collection, inspired by Aura photography. There was a 1664 beer kiosk collaboration with Opera Sport, a cool urban hangout spot with beer tastings, customizable merch, DJs.
So really blending lifestyle, fashion, art.
Completely. That 66 Degree North Arctic exhibition was open to all. Henrik Vipskov's boutique hosted an exhibition for Manuel Mathieu Parfums, blending scent and visual art. It functions as a real cultural incubator.
And key industry events still happen.
Oh yeah, the Copenhagen International Fashion Fair, CIFF, was back with around 1,000 brands, and the CPHFW Creative Hub was showcasing innovation. But the feeling...
What about it?
It's the community spirit, that perfect lack of pretension. You really might find yourself just chatting with a major editor or a designer, and it's all genuine enthusiasm, no hierarchy vibes.
That sounds refreshing. And the after-parties reflect that.
Famously so. They're described as organic, fun, and laid back. More about celebrating creativity than who's who. The city itself is just part of it. The architecture, the cafes, everyone biking around.
Ah, yes, the most bike-friendly fashion week.
Adds to the unique charm. It's this holistic approach that makes it feel like a significant cultural event, not just a trade show, and genuinely welcoming.
So wrapping this up, Copenhagen Fashion Week SS26 feels like more than just trends. It's a real declaration, isn't it? Solidifying its place as a global trendsetter.
Absolutely. It masterfully blended that sporty elegance with delicate styles, pushed creative boundaries, but somehow kept it all remarkably wearable. And the street style, just a masterclass in effortless cool.
And crucially, it leads by example, showing that ethical fashion can be exciting, innovative, desirable, all those things.
That sustainability action plan isn't just guidelines anymore. It really is becoming a blueprint for the whole industry.
And by bringing the public into the conversation with all those events and that open atmosphere, it feels like it's democratizing style, making it more inclusive, more engaging.
Shaping a future for fashion that feels more responsible, definitely, but also just more connected and, well, real.
This deep dive really highlights how style, sustainability, and community can actually work together beautifully. So maybe a final thought for you listening.
Yeah.
After seeing how Copenhagen keeps redefining what's possible, what unexpected blend of, say, fashion and purpose could you bring into your own daily life? Something to think about.